We've often said here on the show, it's funny, isn't it, how comedy unites us all, you know, whether it be the great things like It Ain't Half Hot Mum, Are You Being Served, Dick Emery, and in more modern day, well, 30 years ago plus now, of course, the brilliant resistance comedy, Hello, Hello. We all sit down and laugh at the same things. Or do we? Over here, we can tell you, a major British star of comedy, Michael McIntyre, sadly has found that he's not as successful elsewhere in the world. He's baffled, so am I to a degree, but why? As ever, let me explain. Hi, good morning, Neil Sean here, nice to see you, and thank you for your lovely comments about our recent video regarding the Queen Mother and the Super Soap from the 80s, late 70s and 80s. Dallas, what a great TV show that was. Did it shock you also that it was 45 years old? I know they did a bit of a reboot thing, as the kids say today, I think in the middle noughties, but you can't beat the originals, can you? J.R. Ewing, Swellen, Linda Gray, always clutching a glass, staggering about. Do you remember? Loved Linda Gray. Still looks fabulous today, by the way. Was lucky enough to meet her when she came over to do a play over here in the United Kingdom. Yes. Back as ever, though, to your breaking story of the day. This is because a comedy, I would say very big comedy star over here in the United Kingdom, Michael McIntyre, who's enjoyed phenomenal success on both BBC and ITV, currently, of course, tried his hand at being a chat show host. That wasn't a bit of a success. And more importantly, did want to try and move into some kind of straight acting at one point, but decided to stick with comedy. One of his biggest successes recently has been this comedy game show called The Wheel. It's kind of based on one of those waltzer things, where people, micro celebrities, sit in the waltzer, they get spun round, and then when it stops, they answer a question from a member of the public. The public can win money. Now, Michael told me that he was lucky enough to sell this particular format over to the US giant NBC. And apparently he did it during the pandemic via Zoom, so he was kind of thrilled with himself. He wasn't too thrilled when they suggested it may need another host, because they felt that even his best bits that he sent over on tape were simply not good enough. You get the picture. Anyway, everything relented, and in the end, late last year, they decided to screen The Wheel. So how well did it do? Well, sadly, not well enough. According to Michael, they've decided not to go ahead with another series. He's baffled by this, but seemingly can't do anything about it. And I really wanted to ask you, really, because for those that live in America, for those that may have seen The Wheel on NBC, it rated quite badly. He was kind of stunned. It does very well over here on a Saturday night. It's one of the staples, as they say, But why did it not take off in the United States? Now, according to Michael, he sold the format around the world with various other hosts. But over in America, where he hoped to make it big, and perhaps even appear on the Las Vegas Strip as a regular comic, it could be now some time to come, or a rejig, a rethink about that US launch. But for now, it looks like The Wheel is spinning off into the midst of nowhere over into the United States. As ever, let me know what you think to this particular story in the comments below. Was Michael not funny enough for the United States, or was it simply a misfire with an ill-advised format? Let me know in the comments below. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.